Okay.
Okay, before we get started, I'd like to let you all know that me and Shannon have a Zoom here every week, and you can email Shannon in the description box. She'll have her email address. If you want to join us, we talk about non-duality, spirituality, twin flames, divine partners, whatever you want to talk about. It's a safe space for us to speak about everything related to those subjects or anything else. Yeah, I guess Shannon, you can get us started.
Did you dye your hair?
Oh yeah, girl. I just I
Yeah.
just I know it's a fro right now, but I got it more bleached and more blonde.
Yeah, it looks more blonde. It looks nice.
Thank you. I know, but today is not the day. I've been out and about going crazy, but yeah, I got it lighter.
Yeah, you got pretty hair.
Thank you.
Nice and thick.
Thank you. I take care of it.
Yeah, that's good. Shit. Um, well, I don't know, something funny came up for my with my daughter, and she was going on to me about how she was, hanging out with her friend, and I guess her friend is religious.
Hmm.
And my daughter likes to watch tarot readings. She's really into it. And he was telling her, he goes, "Oh, that's just witchcraft stuff, right?" And my daughter was like, "I know you're not talking." She was like, "You're worshiping a man that's outside of you. That
Oh my God,
yeah,
wow.
right." She was like, "You're worshiping a man that's outside of you, that all you know about is something that you were told, or things that you read upon about that person, and you're actually worshiping that person." She goes, "Now who's doing the witchcraft?"
Oh wow. Oh
She
wow.
goes, "To me, that's just creepy." She goes, "You're worshiping,
Yeah, I
and
mean, if you think
idolizing."
about it, yeah, if you think about it, it's the same thing, it's like in a way, you know, you're trying to get the cards to tell you what to do or what to
Well,
happen.
she was saying with the cards and stuff, I forgot to tell you that part. She goes, "Well, with the cards and stuff," she goes, "it's whatever's falling out. And if you resonate with the energy that it's showing you," she's basically saying, you're listening to your intuition, apparently your
Or it's like
intuition.
or it's about like your energy with the
Yeah, your
cards.
energy. And she goes, "But you're actually idolizing and worshiping another being." She goes, it was pretty deep what she was telling me, but I thought that was pretty interesting. But you know, I couldn't just tell her, well, all of that is just a story, anyways. Tarot cards, Jesus, God. I said, there's really no such thing as any of it.
Yeah.
There's no other person, there's no tarot cards, there's no nothing. It's just what's arising,
Yeah, like
apparently.
all of it's a story. And you're right, all of it is a story. Every single piece of it is a story. Everything's a story. So it's all it's all gibberish at the end of the day. But it's just
Yeah.
whatever arises for you, whatever you feel comfortable with. It's just, when you're in non-duality, I don't think you really have a judgment for whatever story someone else is
Yeah.
going through. So it's just like it is what it is. Like you either want to be with Jesus or you want to do tarot cards or whatever, it's like it is what it
Yeah.
is.
I just thought it was really interesting how she worded it and everything. I was like, oh, you know, she was
That was
like,
good. Yeah.
yeah, she was like, "Now who's doing the witchcraft?"
That's awesome. That's really cool of her to say that. That's very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. I could never explain to her about non-duality stuff because she gets it without even knowing that she gets it. You know what I'm saying? If I was to tell her about it, she'd be like, "Mom, you're tripping."
Yeah,
But
I
yet
feel
she
like
speaks
some
on it.
people, yeah, some people like are super simple like that, like without even being in non-duality. Like I've noticed there's some people that are just like, just like that. I don't know, like they have non-duality is natural to them or something. I don't know. That's
Right?
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is interesting. Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just had a really difficult situation right now. Um, you know, I don't know. I mean, life can be really fucked up. I mean, even after non-duality, like you can have something that just fucking hurts you, and you can't get out of it. And it is what it is. And I don't know. I'm just all fucked up right now because I had something happen. I had an old trauma come up, and it just never goes away. And it's funny because I got into spirituality to release it, and it never got released. And went into non-duality, and it's still here, and it's still something I suffer over. But you can't call it suffering because like the person like would create stories and stuff, but at the same time, you do kind of deal with these strong emotions that come up, and they're like worse than ever. But then I'm still like, okay, I don't know. It's so weird, but I just had a I'm like so exhausted from it right now.
Monique's on too, by the way. Hi,
Oh,
Monique.
I
awesome.
hi. I can't see you guys at all. I have no video. I'm trying to figure out where Zoom is on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like all I see is a completely black screen.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you
I'm
maybe have to
not
turn on the video in your settings and
normally I do I it just comes right up. I never have to do anything. So I don't know. I've been having trouble with my phone for the last 30 minutes with my daughter trying to call me. And now I can't even find Zoom in my apps. So
Oh,
that's
no.
great.
Oh, it's so
No,
weird. But we
do.
hear you.
Yeah, we hear
Thanks,
you.
guys. I'm just
Um,
But yeah,
how
I
do
don't
you
want to
look
be
for
a
your apps?
downer. I'm like, I don't want to be a downer. Oh, you go to setting. No, I know if the app is not there, that's so weird. But
Okay,
you can.
now I can see me and
Oh,
you.
hi.
oh,
Hi.
okay, there you are. You know what I was gonna say about that is it may seem like what's coming up for you is sticking because it's the same emotion, but it's showing up in different ways. Like I was saying in that video, it's like two people talking about a topic, but you're talking about it, but each time you're talking about it, it's coming up, you're explaining it in different ways. You're not gonna just stick with the same thing. It's just
Yeah,
gonna keep you know what I'm saying? So it seems like it's dragging out. It seems like it's just not going nowhere. You are actually releasing it because it's never just the same exact emotion, even though it feels that way. It's just coming up in different ways. And you're feeling like, fuck, man, is this ever going to go? Because I
yeah,
keep having to revisit it. And it seems like it's sticking, but it's actually not sticking. You are releasing it, but it just doesn't seem that way because it's the same topic. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
the same thing, but it's just showing up in different ways for you,
yeah.
each time. So yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I don't have any hope that it'll ever go away or just, in full acceptance of it. But it's just, I'll be having a good day and then boom, and then I'll be having a good week and then boom. And it's just like, life is good and bad. And non-duality or not, shit is gonna happen. Life is still appearing to fucking happen. Like we don't have control over anything, and it's just that we know that now, right? Like
Yeah.
everybody else is praying and going to the spirituality to get rid of these things, and so was I. I was on the path to some glorious place, but there is no glory at the end. I know I sound like a Debbie Downer, but
Oh,
I'm not saying it's bad all the time, but there when it's bad, it's fucking bad here. It's so bad. It's
I
like
know.
it's in your face, like right here, like
Because you realize that there's no getting out of it. And I got something to make you laugh a little bit. So today I had to pick up some pizzas from Pizza Hut. And when I picked it up, the dude that handed it to me had a huge booger in his nose. So it was huge. Made me sick to my stomach. But I couldn't get it out of my fucking head. And it kept popping up all damn day. Thinking of that goddamn booger hanging out that man's nose. I was like, yeah.
Oh
oh
God.
my god.
There you go. I made you laugh.
That
See,
is
it
too
kept coming up
funny.
in different ways. I was thinking about it about like, and I was thinking about it this way and that way and this way, and it just couldn't shake it for shit.
Yeah, and you can't control it. Like shit just comes up. Like it's so bad.
I
I
was
know,
thinking
but
about I was thinking about the people, I'm
okay.
like, fuck, he was making their pizzas and he got that big ass
I
booger in his nose.
know. That's so gross. That's so gross. That's
I,
disgusting.
I see that every day with my grandson, so I think I'm desensitized, but I'm always wiping his nose. But I did want to say to that, what you guys were talking about there is the book that one of the page that I put in our little group chat there
I read that.
talked about
Yeah.
that exact thing. That exact thing. Like you're still gonna feel everything. It's just everything will come up. I really really like this book. It's just it's kind of like even though it's already apparent that way. It's cool to read
Is
what
that I hope you die soon?
yeah
Yeah, I downloaded it when you sent it
really
to me.
enjoying it. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you sent that message today and I read it, I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, like hope and despair are kind of
Are
gone,
gone. Yeah. But all the
but
other and it was more intense. He said everything he said that. And I was like, that's so true. Like it doesn't last as long, but damn, it's like on steroids. It's like in your face on fire. Whatever it is, hope, happy, I'm not hope, joy, anger, peace, love, whatever you feel it like, wow, like it's right there, man. You ain't getting out of it.
yeah, like the whole wow is like, wow, it could be really bad, and wow, it could be really good, and wow, it could be really interesting, but the bad is just as wow,
Mhm.
and I don't know, maybe I'm just bitching today. Anyways, you guys go on talk about something else. I just got fucked. Like I just got hit so hard. It's like, oh my God, like geez, Jesus Christ. And I was having a normal day. So but this is non-duality life.
Yes, it's
Do you
always
have any,
this. Yay.
do you have anything you want to talk about, Monique?
Well, I can just, not to stay on the topic, but just to, say that I get it. Like my kids going through this thing with the kids, and it comes up every day. I'm on the phone with my daughter 5 to 7 times a day, if not more.
Yeah.
Grieving, heavy grieving, like so heartbroken. She can't even breathe, that she can't be with her children. Like I can't even imagine. Because I can remember, there's a memory of being a mom when the kids were little, and imagining what that would have, and I was a mama bear too. I can't, but and trying to just make her, help her to stay calm and tell her to breathe. And she went to see the lawyer today, and that went really well. Like he's in so much trouble for what he's doing. So it's just going to be a time thing, and there is no time, but it's a waiting game. So just keep trying to, and then when those things happen to my daughter, I am filled with this seething rage. Like, and I have awful black thoughts, like what I want to do to him. But I'm not going to do it. But like that seething rage in the moment, it feels like you can't get out of it. Like and it's more anger than I normal, you know what I mean? It's just so raw anger.
So like
And
on the spiritual path, someone would say to you, Monique, you have bad energy to have rage. I
yeah,
don't want to be around you. You cannot be in those consciousness
right.
levels. And that's not, blah, blah, blah. And it's impossible to not be you. I mean, we're not even a self right now, right?
Oh,
And you're
You
and
said conscious levels. I'm sorry. I
right.
remember saying that. I remember it. I forgot all about that. Go on, keep going. I'm listening.
Right? Like the freaking you're not in the 5D right now. You're in 3D, and that's why you
oh
have
yeah,
rage
oh
coming
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
And there's no person here. There's no person, Shannon, there's no Monique, there's no Yasmin here. And I just got hit like with fear beyond like bejesus. You just witness rage every day. It doesn't matter. These are psychological emotions that come up all the time. And that doesn't mean our energy is bad or we're gonna transfer it to you and shit. Like it just doesn't matter. Like it just, I don't know. When you said that, it just reminded me of the spiritual people because they're so judgmental, even though I was one of them.
Me too.
Okay. I
Yeah.
was super celibate, vegan, in a tree. I was one of them, like super meditating, like,
Yeah.
Yep.
but now I see it as bullshit, absolute crap, absolute garbage.
Yeah.
It's all I don't even know what it is anymore. It doesn't even make sense. I can't compute it in my head.
Because you just can't. It just doesn't resonate at all anymore. At least here, I know what you're saying. Like what he said, and I hope you die soon. He says anything can arise in liberation, but there is a tendency of neurotic feelings to lessen or die away, with natural feelings continue to arise. Natural feelings include anger, sadness, fear, and happiness. In liberation, these simply arise and fall away again and are seen for what they are. They may
Yep.
even become more powerful as they are no longer attenuated by the self and its neuroses. Neurotic feelings such as guilt, embarrassment, anxiety, or irritability tend to disappear in liberation, as they are no longer sustained by a belief in a person or in a meaning or in the meaning or in the possibility of personal success or failure. Hope and despair, of course, are gone.
Yeah. No, I've said that though. To me, I feel like when realization happened for me, it was like, and I'm not making fun, okay? In the story, as they say, Tourette syndrome, like literally shit just comes out of my mouth with no control at all. I'm like, motherfucker. And I'll be like, oh, I would just start crying. Like, oh, it's like everything's so intense and
Yeah.
just out there. I was yelling at a woman. Matter of fact, when I did the DoorDash with John, because he goes with me, the lady was yelling at me on the phone. She was like, you need to come around on the other side of the base and drop it off. And I looked at you because John knows how I am. I looked at John. I said, I handed the whole phone to him. I said, take this shit. Because if you don't, I'm probably gonna slap the shit out of this woman. I knew I was gonna lose my job because I literally there is no control over how you react anymore. It's just like,
or what you say. Yeah. I don't have any. I'm scared
yeah.
sometimes. I get afraid to like meet new people because the other day some guy was talking to me and he was talking and he was talking and he was talking and he was talking and I said stop. I said to him, I said stop, I can't anymore, bye. And I just left, and this was like a business thing, and he just looked at me and I was like, I can't, and I just walked away. And I would never do that before, right? Like, because when you're not when the self hasn't died, you have some sort of maybe composure, you can
A governor.
right. And then now I'm just like, I can't do this, or I like this, or I don't like this, or I want this, or I can't stand this. And it's very I feel like I'm throwing up all
Yeah.
the time. And that's why, like, let's say the rage comes up for you or the fear comes, because there's no one's stopping, no one's managing anymore with these emotions and holding in and holding back. It's just like I feel like it's throwing up all day. Blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah. Like
It's so weird. I went to when I did that job today, I was like 3 minutes late coming back from lunch, and I didn't care. Like there was
for you.
the old self would have been like, oh my God, if it was late, they're gonna notice. I was like, it took me an extra 10 minutes to find the restaurant. The girl told me, and it was actually the wrong way. And maybe I didn't listen well enough, not gonna blame her. But I just was like casually came back. I was 3 minutes late and there was no fucks given. I don't care. Like I know, I wasn't like screwing around, not doing a good job. I was doing what I consider to be a very good job. But yeah, like the old me would have been, oh my God, you're late, hurry up, light turn green, I gotta get back. Nope. Nope.
You know what,
there's
Monique?
less
You know
story,
what?
less story.
I can't do it. Like literally, I can't work under no one anymore. Like I can't handle someone telling me when and how I can take my lunch and when I need to be off of lunch. I can't stand being on a schedule. Like I really can't. I tried. Like the school district hired me. I applied for it, but I looked at John and I said, I can't do it, bro. Like I fucking can't. I don't know. It's just I can't. like at least with the whole DoorDash thing, it's freeing for me because I can stop when I want to stop. I can start when I want to. And John's helping me, so he's like, Shannon, if you want, you don't even gotta work. But I'm not gonna do that to him because I he is my friend and I would never do that. But I can't do it. I cannot work any like job. You know what I mean? If it's not freeing for me, I can't do it. I can't feel restricted. I want to just stop when I want to stop and start when I want to start and take
Yeah.
breaks whenever I want to take breaks. I take about 3, 4, 5 breaks a day on my DoorDash. You know what I mean? Because I like to eat. I'm a foodie person. So that's all I think about is food all day. But
it's just a
can't
lack,
do
like
it.
nobody wants control because the person was controlling this in a way, and now that the person is gone, there's no more control, like, or no more like having to answer to anybody because
Yeah.
whatever comes up. Like we're supernatural and raw and vulnerable all the time. That's why it's hard, I don't know, for me too, to
Yeah.
deal with like a supervisor or something. It's just, and I don't care also to go up in the ranks or feel successful or to accomplish a goal. It's just everything is like being and doing just for doing and just for being. I don't, it is simple. It's a
There
simple
you go.
life.
Simple. That's what I want. Is simple. Like I told John, I was like, I just want to be free. I said,
Yeah.
I can't do it no more. I can't do a structured schedule. I said, I feel trapped and I don't want to feel like that. So thank God I have, because if I didn't, I'd probably be back home with my mom and dad. And I've worked all my life, but now it's like I'm okay with people taking care of me. And I would
Yeah.
never say that ever, but I'm okay with it.
Buddy, I feel that way too. Like I'm living with my daughter and I'm helping with the baby and I'm doing all their housework. I even joke around in the morning. I'll go in there and go, housekeeping. Anybody want coffee? As a joke, they laugh. But honestly, like, go, girl, I took care of you your whole life. You can take care of me. But I
Yeah.
don't feel like there's no attachment to her doing it. Like if she
Yeah.
wants
Yeah.
to, if she's happy having me here, I'm quite happy to stay here. And just, I don't know. I'm like you guys. I can't. I mean, I volunteered to do next week a Tuesday, and I said, and they're like, "Are you available any other day?" I said, "Possibly Thursday. Not sure about Wednesday."
Wow. Yeah.
This is just
Like it's just work
I
to
don't want
work.
to do it.
It's not, it's like everything is just doing it for the hell of it. There's
Yeah,
no, the person was trying to get somewhere. The person was trying to make more money. The person was trying to be more successful. The person was wanting everyone to see them for this new job. The person was always seeking something. If you really think about it, like
Yeah.
that's all the person is just seeking, getting, let me show off, let me, I don't know. And now it's just, fuck it, I'll go to work. I mean, if I have to work, it's like so,
yeah,
in a way,
Yeah.
it's like drawing art. It's just like, it's just doing it for whatever reason. Like, and it's just happening, even if you're with your kids and helping them, or I'm helping my mom, or it's just happening. It's just a happening. They're just happenings, constant
Yeah.
happenings, and there's no attachment to them. There's no getting something out of them, and it's beautiful in a way because it's so simple. Life is so, we have our worth. Like, I mean, I can't say we have our worth because there's no one here, but it's so worthy that
yeah.
it doesn't need to show off or get more. It just wants to live and eat and enjoy.
There's no purpose anymore. There
Yeah,
doesn't feel
yeah,
like there's purpose. Like
yeah,
I have purpose. No, I don't. My purpose is not existent. It's just there is no
Yeah.
purpose. There's no reason. I mean, there's no everything happens for a reason. Not anymore. Um,
not anymore.
Everything's just unfolding and happening, it's just like that. And same with you guys. I feel like the old me would have, oh, look what I accomplished today. I'm better than everybody else at work. I kicked their ass and I'm way older than these guys. Those thoughts used to be like, I run circles around these people. They're lazy. All these things, like the ego just was trying to get fed. Rah, rah, rah. I had to prove to myself that I was so great. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, go ahead. I don't care if I know how to do something. You don't know how to do it. You know how to do something I don't need to do. Nobody's better than anybody else. It's all bullshit. Like, it doesn't even occur to me anymore. Any of that shit.
Yeah.
It's so gone. It's just like,
Yeah.
I just here to work and smile. And you can feel people, like they don't know how to take you sometimes, because you just
No, they
like
don't.
energetically, you just, I don't know
You're
if this is
chill.
true, but you're so chill and so non-reactive, like, unless someone's really rude, and then they're gonna get what they don't want to get. Because I'm gonna be, I don't take somebody treating me with disrespect, like you said. Like, there's a worthiness here that is solid. Like, I know, what this is, and I or apparently don't know it, but I just know how I feel. Like, if I don't take someone being abusive to me. I won't take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
don't.
always,
You said if it don't mess with me and be
yeah,
ugly, because you're not gonna like the reaction you're gonna get. But like, you know how it is. Like, you're very chill and kind most of the time. I'm very peaceful around people and nice and helpful, and not because there's a person doing it. It's just how I feel like I want to be.
yeah,
You know?
it's just what's coming up for you, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even a you.
Right.
I felt like this from the time I don't know, like ever since I was a kid. I always felt like something just wasn't right. Like I remember even being in school, I felt like this isn't it. Like there's just something not right about this, and I felt really trapped. I hated school. I hated it. The only thing I liked was hanging out with my friends. That was about it. I don't know how it even passed. But and then even going to college, I felt still like restricted. And then having to work from the time I was 16 on up, I worked and I never stopped. And I always felt like a slave. And finally, when you know, how many years ago was that? 5 years, 4 years ago, when I finally decided to walk away. It was the most invigorating like feeling I had ever felt in my whole life, just walking the fuck away. And I worked at that job for 20 something years, but it was just like, and then the LPN that worked there, he was like, how do you do how are you gonna live? What are you gonna do after this? I said, I don't know. That's just it. I have no idea. But all I know is I'm leaving because I want my happiness,
Wow.
and I left. I put my 2 weeks in, but I didn't know where I was going, but I knew I just needed to be let go. I need those shackles off. Like I just wanted to be done. And here I am till this day, but I've never felt so free in my life since
Me
then.
too. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to leave my corporate job too. And I mean, it's funny, as a little girl, I would tell my family, you know, I want to know the truth. Who am I? Who am I really? And they'll be like, what the fuck is she talking about? Like, she's fucking crazy little child seeing ghosts and shit. I would see ghosts everywhere. And I'd be like, who am I? But who am I? What's the truth? I want to know the truth. So I think I don't know if Monique, you kind of knew as a child. I don't know. I never heard the story, but it looks like you kind of know you're going to go through this non-duality or spirituality stuff, because as a child, you're just kind of, you feel
Different.
trapped, you feel different, you
Yeah.
feel, what about you, Monique?
Same. Like, my dad died when I was 10 years old in the story. And I saw him like 3 days after he died, came in right in my room, sat on my bed, and I could feel the weight of him on my bed. It woke me up. And
Wow.
I mean, it's a story, but it appeared to happen to a 10-year-old. And before that, I'd felt like weird things too, but never had that exact experience. And then since then, that's happened, you know, a few things, weird ghosty things. But yeah, I mean, he got up and off my bed, and there was a shadow that went by the wall, and he went out the door, and then there was in the hallway there was a moan, like like a sadness, and it woke my mom up, and she said, "Oh my God, that's Jack," because my mom was remarried by then. And then I called out to my mom, "Mommy, Daddy was here. Daddy was in my room." Like, It was crazy. And that happened
Oh
last.
my God, I got chills. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and I've had like lots too many stories to even tell you when it involves apparent spirits or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But the weird thing, for me as a child was like I told you guys I loved being outside barefoot as much as I could in the woods. So they sent me to counselors when I was a little girl because my parents were like, she's not making friends. Like I didn't want any. I wanted to be by myself. So on the playground at school, I would play by myself. I was so content and happy that I didn't want friends. Like I didn't felt like I need them. But they put me in
Wow.
counseling. She's very, they were wondering what was wrong with me, why I was so apparently antisocial. But the woods were my friend, the animals were my friend. Like I just never felt connected to people. But by the time, you get older, fifth grade rolls around, you start thinking boys are cute and, little things like that and make friends. By, seventh grade, I was in cheerleading and all that stuff normal. But yeah, the first few years in elementary, like total introvert, like didn't I didn't want friendships. Didn't
Didn't
want
want
Wow.
friendships. I was a loner as a little girl. I
I was
Me
I
alone.
always
too.
played by myself,
Me too.
and always had my animals. It was two dogs that would follow me everywhere. I used to ride around on my tricycle, and I was always in my little make believe world, and I was just always the odd one out.
Oh
Me
my
My
too.
God.
mom used to
My
call me
friends
that.
used to call me the odd one, and I was always alone. Like, we
Me
Yeah,
too.
just didn't know how
It's a
to.
thing. I don't know if there's a thing, but it could be a thing. Like same thing, like total. I loved being alone. I didn't want to hang out with other kids. I liked my own company. I mean, I would
yeah.
sometimes, the neighbor kids ride bicycles and stuff. But my dad, before he died, he would say, you give this girl a box of sticks, an old sheet, and some wood, and she'll build. You can buy her the most expensive toys, and her imagination is she'll build something out of a castle, out of household things. That's just the way it was. I
Yeah,
just loved being alone.
yeah. Same here. I was kind of like an introvert, but an extrovert at the same time. Like I had friends as I got older, but when I was young, it was hard. I was very shy. And as I got older, I got more like social and able. I mean, look at me now. Like I love to talk and socialize, but still, I'm still kind of introverted. I like to be a loner sometimes. I like to be by myself, and then I like to visit and talk with people. But I don't know. It's just who I am. I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah, I think the
Same.
loner thing is a big thing. I mean, it's just I always felt like a different child or odd one or unusual, and it was like everybody and me. Like I always felt like the outsider. But it's funny. I mean, I have so many friends and I talk to everybody, but I still have that feeling sometimes where I like to be alone
Yeah.
and no one really understands me. And I value our Zooms and our conversations because I know you guys understand me now.
Yeah,
And
for-
like all my life, not understanding myself and not knowing shit. And then finally, there's this group, right? Like you guys that get what I'm saying. Like I
awesome.
there's a reason why I've been the odd person this whole time and never knew I was going to go through non-duality, right? Like it all it all happened.
Well, because it's like we have this realization that there's really just nothing. And, being around other people sometimes, and, you realize that just everything is just a story. Sometimes it's like, I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I'm just like, it just, I don't know. It all just seems so artificial, everything. And it just, I don't know. It's just, yeah.
I was watching the State of the Union whatever on TV with Biden. Um and I'm just like I started getting sick, like when they started going
Yeah.
back and forth and I was like I just can't do this. Like just like it was too much ego to ego. Um,
Right.
like I get it. We have to have a president, whatever, all that shit. But when it got like, oh, this is what the Democrats are saying. This is what I was like, oh, I couldn't even have a perspective anymore. I got dizzy and just like
It's like
changed the
blah, blah, blah.
channel.
It's like
Yeah,
blah, blah,
yeah.
blah. I saw it with me, I
Yeah.
can't watch certain things anymore because it it's like blah blah blah. You don't, I don't know. I get what you're saying though.
Yeah, like
anymore.
the two, like the fighting, right? Or the two, like it just gets like, just stop. I can't go, like maybe our brains can't fight anymore or something. I don't know. It's
Relate to it anymore.
I can't do the back and forth anymore. Like just tell me what just shut up. I don't know.
That makes sense. I get it. It's so annoying. Like it's just not. I don't know if annoying is the word, but just to watch it, you're like, God, this isn't even real. I mean, stop. It's not even fucking real.
And they're so serious, and I'm watching like, everyone's taking it so seriously. Like there's no meaning anymore behind these things. It's not
Yeah.
serious anymore. So it's like, gosh, it's that serious, like this shit, like your opinion, your opinion, or your what your belief is so, you're gonna die for it. And it's like, I can't relate anymore because I don't really give a shit about anything.
Yeah, kind of here too. Like I'll listen to it sometimes, and I get like, oh my God, this is so ridiculous. You know what I mean? All stupidity going on. I feel the same way. I did want to add one thing. Like when I was, like you were talking about, Yasmin, is like I was raised in a house with, there were 6 kids, and I was number 5, but I never felt like I fit in, ever. I always felt like the weird one.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
me with 3 kids. Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to my girlfriend the other night and she was trying to tell me about things that are going on in her life, and I literally blanked out. And she said hello. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, I got a lot on my mind. Oh gosh, I really didn't hear nothing she said. And it's been like that a lot lately. Like I just blank out. Yeah.
Yeah, something about like drama and back and forth and storylines that are really lengthy really start giving me,
Yeah.
like, if it's like, hey, I got hurt, I fell, well, okay, fine. Like, oh, this person pissed me off, okay, fine. But when there's this like long storyline and you could see through the story, right? Like you now we see through stories so much faster. Like,
oh my God.
like it's just, you're like, oh my God, this is a book, or like this is a novel, and I see what they're doing and how they're making themselves a victim, and how, like, it's just,
The
I don't
patience
know.
goes right. I was having, it's funny you said that. It was a conversation with my daughter today in the car about what's happening, right? And she like repeated the same thing about what he was doing. And I wound up in my car looking probably like a maniac in the parking lot at Aldi, going, stop fucking reacting to this fucking shit that he does. I'm yelling. I'm like, he does the same thing and you react every time. You're feeding it. Stop fucking feeding it. I was like, and then I'm like, because I had no patience to hear it
Yeah.
anymore. Like and she was like, I just need support. I'm like, you've got it. But I can't keep
We
telling you, keep doing the same thing, dude. I can't, I have no tolerance. Stop doing it.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
don't keep reacting to this dude the same way, because this is how he wants you to react. This is how he wins.
Yeah.
So I get it. These are your kids. I get it. But it's, yeah, like you said, I can't. I reach like my tolerance level just reaches this level 12 in about 2 seconds. So I'm like, well, I'll call you back. I gotta go to Oli. I gotta talk to you. Let's go. Like,
Yeah,
because
because the
we're, we're
stories.
we only got a minute. We're going to shut off in a minute. I just wanted to let you guys know that before it does cut y'all off.
It's okay. I
But
don't
I
know
did
if you.
enjoy this, enjoyed our, little talk.
me too.
We will have to do this
That
again.
we all have it, like same baseline story. I don't even know if it's story, but you know what I mean, like the same
Yeah.
of experiences.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah. It was great to talk to you
Yeah.
guys.
It's
yeah,
nice
I'm
to
glad you
connect.
got your phone.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm happy.